Look at that. Yeah, this is from Cuttings 2020. How to grow rosemary from cuttings. That's what this video is about. If you're looking for that information, I'm going to give it to you in short order. Okay, so the video you see here is from midwinter 2020. That bigger rosemary was planted in 2018. So in 2020 it was 3 years old. The other one you see there was planted in 2019, the shorter one. Unfortunately, that plant is no longer with us. Long story short, do not leave a punctured can of Pledge, polishing, punctured can near your plants. It stops photosynthesis. It sure does. So back to propagating. Okay, so that plant was cut, and this is how I did it. You can see there, I cut from the 2020 plant, okay, which at that point was 3 years old, and I simply cut them 6 inches, stripped the bottom 3 inches, jammed them in a terracotta pot that had some old potting soil in it, and I freshened it up with some compost, the bottom of a compost pile. And then you notice I put a Ziploc bag on top of it, a biodome, humidity. That was done in the dead middle of the summer. Super hot. It held on, and they made it. They made it, and they rooted. Now, as you search the internet, they say, well, if you're going to do that, straight to dirt, dip it in rooting hormone. I suppose that increases your chances, but I did not do that. And you can see, I'll show it again in a second, it worked, right? But you can also cut about 3 inches, strip the bottom about 1 inch, and just stick it in water. Try to get some roots going that way, and then stick it in dirt. Either way, you can do it by water, or you can make it longer and strip the bottom part, dip it in rooting hormone, then stick it in the pot. But the third way, which is not on the internet, is what I just showed you. I cut them 6, stripped them 3, jammed them in the dirt, put plastic over top, made a humidity dome, and they rooted. And here's your proof. This is 2022. This is a clone from a 2018 plant, so it's in its 5th year. There are 3 in here. I gave a couple away to my daughters. But I left 3 in this container here, which is a 5. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to get some of the straight branches here. Right, you have your main stem, and then you have these branches coming off. So I'm going to try to get a nice straight one, like say this one for example. So you want about 6 inches. You want about right there. Okay, so you clip it right there, and then you strip off, about the bottom 3 inches. Okay, and even though I know it works, I will dip that in rooting hormone because it doesn't hurt. It can only improve my chances, right? So it can be done. It can be done, and I will do it. I'll probably make 5 or 6 more this year, and put them all over the place. So basically, especially if you're new to garden, you can buy 1 rosemary in your first year, and in about the 2nd or 3rd year, you can propagate, grow as many as you want from the cuttings. You never have to buy them again, ever. Ever, ever. And remember, any one of those 3 ways, you could dip it in water, you can put it in the rooting hormone and jam it in the dirt, or my technique of 2020, do the same thing you would do rooting hormone style, cut it about 6, strip 3 inches, jam it straight in the soil, and put a plastic bag, clear plastic bag over the top. If it's hot and humid, it will root for sure. And one last thing, grow your own food. Peace.